Okay, for our warm-up in this workout, we're gonna be on an adductor side plank. So I'm gonna have my top leg, the foot is gonna be down. Now, if that's too hard, I can always drop back to my knee. The knee will be easier. The longer we'll make our lever arm, the harder it will be. This front leg is gonna come up as I'm in my side plank. So I'm gonna get here, then I'm gonna lift this leg and I'm gonna hold this position. I'm trying to pull my hip up towards the ceiling, and if I'm trying to lift this leg, it's very challenging to do. Okay, so we're holding here. I can kick that foot out, bring it back. That's a lot of fun too. Okay, make sure you keep breathing. Okay, try to hold that for 20 seconds, 30 seconds if you're really pushing it. Okay, then we're gonna have a little rock back here. So I'm gonna be in a tactical position. So I'm on one knee, foot tucked. You can tuck the foot. You plantar flex it. Is ideal for the drill. A kettlebell will help you here. I'm gonna sink back into my hip and then drive back out. I'm trying to sink back down, get a big stretch here. You can also use a little bench. This is really, really challenging. You can get a bench that would be more assistance. Okay, if you need to come here, I'll switch legs. Up tall, kneel back, and then drive back up. You can see I'm able to get a lot further on that left hip. You'll go with me. Drive it back out of there. Try to get a big range of motion. Get 8 to 10 of those on each side. Our next deal, we're gonna get here on our sits bones. We're gonna get our knees straight. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. I'm able to grab my knees. I'm gonna work down, trying to grab and lift. Try to lift my thighs to my chest. You see how I rounded out and lost it there. So that's the fault. We wanna get back up, sit nice and tall, extend, and I'm lifting these legs up. I'm using my hands to help, but I'm pulling those toes back, keeping that chest tall. I fall to the other side there. So we're trying to hold that for 20, 30 seconds. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Try to keep that hold. You're gonna feel a lot of work in your abs, and then it's gonna be really challenging to breathe. So you gotta make sure that you focus in on your breaths, okay? So we'll run through that 2, 3 times. If you're liking it, there's no real limit to that, okay, just to get warmed up. After that, we're gonna move into lunges, okay? So when we start our lunges, I've got our water bags from Active that we use to create stability. You could use a Zercher squat. You could use kettlebells with bands. So we've got our water bags, and we're gonna do 2, maybe even 3 sets, working here like this. If you don't have access to that, we're gonna grab a couple bands. I wasn't totally prepared for this, sorry. You're gonna grab a couple bands, and then grab a couple kettlebells. You can grab your band, then grab your kettlebell and carry the kettlebell like this, and that creates some instability, and you can do lunges like that. Here, walk your lunges down, up, down, up. Okay, so we want to do a few sets, 2, 3, of lunges that are unstable, okay? Get a barbell, put it in between your elbow, walk like this, okay? We're doing those lunges to kind of get going. Then we're gonna take our heavy weights. So we're gonna get dumbbells or kettlebells that are heavy, or if you're comfortable with it, you can put a barbell on your back. And we're gonna do alternating walking lunges. Loading into that hip, driving up. Loading in, we end here, nose, knee, toe. So we're always ending nose, knee, toe, really hammer in on getting to the right spot, loading that hip, keeping that torso upright. When you have those weights and you get that forward momentum, they're gonna wanna swing out like that. Your torso, your core, your triceps, your rear delts, okay, there are your lats, your shoulder blades, your rhomboids, all that's gonna hold all that back. Pressing back, standing up, just like that. We'll do 6 to 8 on each side, so 12 to 16. And from there we'll come to a pull-up. Now, we're gonna show you a pull-up assist here. If you have a pull-up assist machine, that would be even better. We're trying to get 10 to 12 reps here, so some of y'all are gonna be able to rep that out, no problem. I'd like you to add weight if you can rep that out, okay? But getting 10 to 12 is a lot, so we have the option to use a chin assist. If you've got one of those, find the appropriate weight and go for it. Or we can go here under the barbell where we pull straight up and let it straight back out. Pull straight up, let it straight back down. Pull straight up, let it straight back down. Now notice how I'm not throwing my hips up. My hips stay underneath my body, and I'm pulling my elbows down to my side. okay? We'll again do 10 to 12 of those. We'll have 4 rounds of that work, again, resting a minute, minute and a half between those lunges, or excuse me, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You want to go heavy on those lunges. You're gonna want rest after that. Make sure you're out of breath, make sure you're working hard. For this next exercise, we're gonna use a kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell also, but a kettlebell is gonna be a little more fun to control the momentum. We'll start in a split squat, so I've got 90% of my weight in the front leg. I'm gonna use a little hinge to clean. Then I'm gonna step back into a lateral lunge, come back up, rotate as I do that. So I'm gonna step back and rotate forward. Then I'm gonna drive back up, right back into my hinge, use that little bit of a hinge there to get that clean back. And I'm making this a little bit of an athletic movement. Up, into the hinge, clean. When I clean the kettlebell, notice how my hand's on the inside. I use my hips to get the momentum, and then I just rotate. That'll help you flipping the kettlebell overneath. You don't need to do that. Just rotate the hand and let your hips bring the momentum and the kettlebell up to you. And then we're just bringing it into the body. So I turn and bring it into my body. So hinge, swing up, lunge back, and step back down. If that's too much, you can start here and just do the rotational step back and come to here and use that core to stop you as you come back up. At that point, we're gonna grab 2 light dumbbells. We're gonna have 1 foot on the back wall. Our weight is gonna be pushed out over the front leg, trying to get a big stretch, and we're gonna have 10 rows. I'm driving the front leg into the ground hard, the back leg into the back wall hard. I'm trying to push back as hard as I can. There's gonna be a lot of stress up here, high in the leg. We're gonna get 8 big rows. Then we're gonna switch. Pushing here. Again, weight over that midfoot. Don't get back here. It's gonna be very easy to sit your weight back here, bend in this back leg. Push off hard with both legs. Make those legs work. You're gonna have 8 rows on each side. Then we'll rest. We have 4 rounds.
The atomic push-up, we're gonna keep our core tight in the middle and pull our knees to our chest as we press out of the push-up. This is really hard, and if you need to ditch the push-ups and just do the knee to chest, that is okay.
So here we'll have our incline bench. We'll get down here. We want our chest nice and tall. Okay, you can sit down here as low as you want. You can stand up as high as you want, as long as we're tall. We don't want to collapse here, okay? We're going for a nice big strong row. Keep that chest high. Okay, we're trying to go as heavy as we can for 6 to 8 and then hold for 5 seconds. Okay, we're trying to get real heavy there. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and try to pull those arms and shoulders back. At this point, we're gonna have, I've got 2 of the plyometric balls here. All right, if you have little sand balls, that's great. They're gonna need to be really light. Really light 2 to 3 pound dumbbells work really well for this as well. We're gonna reach back. We're gonna have a reverse fly here. And we're gonna sit down as low as we can. And we're gonna work all the angles up high, out to a T, and a Y. We're working all those angles. We're gonna try to get 30 little tosses, okay? Again, a 1 or 2 pound dumbbell works also. Trying to reach out and stay low. Keep the body low. We don't want to end up in this position here. We want to squat low and stay down. So we'll have 4 rounds there, and that'll complete your workout. All right? Friday's always the hard one. The third one's always the difficult one. We appreciate you. We love you. Have an awesome